So what's your take on what's going on?
I think, despite all the rumors that, in fact, was saying that the U.S. tried to convince the Iranians not to retaliate, I think the Iranians feel that they have to retaliate. Um, you may remember that in April, earlier this year, after the attack on the Iranian consulate of Damascus, the Iranians decided to counterattack or to respond, but they did it in a very calibrated way, with the idea of sending a signal to Israel. It was not a retaliation, eye for eye or something like that. It was just sending a signal saying, we are able to reach you, we are able to strike, we are able to do harm if you continue to do so. And you may remember that this attack was extremely well planned. They sent these drones that were designed to be destroyed in order to deplete the first or the lowest defense level, air defense level of the Israelis, namely the Iron Dome. Then you had a wave of cruise missiles that were designed to deplete the David Sling system. And then you had the missiles, ballistic missiles, that were designed to deplete the the Arrow 1 and 3 systems. And well, what you see right now on the screen, by the way, is exactly that. You have those missiles reaching Israel with not a single Israeli missile in the air. And
Right. Right.
that's that's the interesting thing. The Iranian planned that so carefully that they knew that would deplete the Israeli capabilities, and the missiles that were designed to reach their target, namely military objectives, no civilian lives, and these missiles arrived unhampered by any kind of missile. So that was wonderfully designed, and that was a signal saying we are able to do that without
Yeah.
harming anybody. Now they are today in a similar situation. The problem is that this response in April was some kind of deterrence. That was the name of the game. That was to deter Israel to repeat the exercise. And
Right.
today they find themselves in the same situation. They need to deter Israel to continue, and we know that Israel is trying, and it's not new. That traces back to the early 50s, when the Israeli tried to drag the US and the Brits at the time for a conflict in the Middle East. And today they are exactly in the same situation. So they know that Israel, if there is no response, Israel will continue. So they need to send another message. And this message needs to be stronger. But the problem is that the path is extremely narrow, because if the signal, the message is not strong enough, Israel will do it again, namely attacking in Tehran or somewhere else. And if it's too strong, it may trigger a regional war. So it's
Right.
extremely delicate balance in which the Iranian find themselves. That's the reason why they convened or asked to have the conference of the Islamic Cooperation State to have convened last Wednesday. And in that, at the end, the final communique of that meeting was, in fact, a strong, very strong, a very clear support to Iran, very clear support to the Palestinians, very clear condemnation of the Israeli attack on Tehran, including the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, and a clear that there was also a clear condemnation of the behavior of Israel in the occupied territories, sorry, plural form.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was also there was a reference to the recent advice given by the International Court of Justice as a response to a request from the UN General Assembly in order to qualify the behavior of Israel in the occupied territories. So we see that the Iranians are now backed by a very strong declaration from all Islamic states, and nota bene, these are all Islamic states. That means not just Arab states. It's not just the Arab states, because I remind you that Iran is not an Arab state. It's a Persian state, and that includes also states like Jordan or Egypt, who are traditionally aligned on US policy and
Right.
who tend, by the way, recently they made some declaration suggesting that they would stop any missile passing in the airspace. So this declaration must be taken extremely seriously, because that will be the base